Tell us about your sweater, Kurt.
This glorious sweater, this is the Uncle Rico sweater by Hoonigan. This is their first, they did a Christmas sweater before, and I thought it was really cool, but it was not really a sweater. It was a sweatshirt with a pattern printed on it, and I still wore it all the time. And then when I heard they're doing an actual woven sweater, well, I've been wearing this for 72 hours straight now.
Yeah, yes. I recall seeing an Instagram photo of you on Saturday where you were
I put it on
that.
Saturday night. Today is Monday when we're recording this. I've not taken it off since. I don't plan to take it off until my wife makes me. That's the goal here. That's
I don't need to know about your sex life.
No, purely because of smell.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. By the time you're hearing this, I hope you're going to have a great Black Friday. But realistically, what do you got, 48 hours?
It's 72 hours from Black Friday when they're hearing this.
Yeah, so...
It's too late.
It's too late. Whatever maybe you make some finishing touches, fine, but I don't want you to stress out. Whatever happens, happens. So instead, we're going to do something fun today. We're going to talk politics. Wait, no, not politics. That would be stupid. We're going to talk about politicians' Shopify stores. Paul, what are we talking about here?
Well, I went through the candidates that are currently running for president. Some of them, not all, the damn Democrats, and looking to see if they were on Shopify. What were they on? Everyone I looked at is on Shopify, other than Joe Biden, who was on Big Commerce. Boo.
Go to Big Commerce.
Boo, Joe Biden.
Oh, Joe Biden and his teeth.
Also,
glorious chompers.
Here's the thing. Shout out to Joe Biden's store. Every single product photo, it's a ping. So it's like, what are you doing, Joe?
So are there category pages are 25 megs?
Also, Big Commerce has already transferred over to WebP like Shopify did. So It's been re-encoded in WebP, so it's not a nightmare, but they're saved by that. I don't know what Joe was thinking when he was encoding those images.
As Joe Biden was personally saving out these images.
I mean,
do I use JPEG or
come
PNG?
on.
Joe, use JPEG. God. All right, so we're going to do teardowns of 5 presidential candidates' Shopify stores.
Yes.
And we're going to talk through it for the benefit of people listening. This will also be available on YouTube, and I'm going to record a screencast so that you could follow along with what you're looking at, and as well as in the post in the Facebook group. Paul, what store should I fire up here?
Well, let's just first start off with, we're doing the 4 of the most major candidates. Nothing that occurs in this podcast should be taken as an endorsement or anything like that.
Yeah, if you're at any point in the show formulating in your head the message about politics you're going to send me, please don't. Just stop now. I don't want it. It's just meant to be something fun. Please don't ruin it.
And also, apologies to, John Delaney and Amy Klobuchar. And
people who didn't make the cut.
The other 87 people running for the Democratic nomination that we didn't do your store. I'm sorry. You're just not polling high enough. I don't care.
Yeah, we're just doing 5 stores. That's all I got time for, guys.
All right, so we're starting first with shop.donaldjtrump.com.
Current U.S. President, Donald J. Trump. Oh, interesting. It auto-completes to shop.donaldjtrump discount code.
Oh, shit.
All right, so you landed on the site. It loaded quickly.
Oh, yeah, and that's the one thing I noticed. All of these sites, extremely low load times. They have all done a great job of keeping themselves efficient.
So we should not bother to check load times?
We shouldn't bother checking load times. I already checked the load times. They're all great.
Okay. Landing on the Trump site, the very first thing I notice is they have already optimized for the holidays. First thing is a banner. It says, looking for a gift. The official Donald J. Trump store offers unique, one-of-a-kind gifts. Show someone you care, all while supporting our Make America Great Again movement. Shop now. So they are preempting me. They've got this seasonal message. They say shop now. So far, doing a good job. Then the second one is Made in the USA, shop youth. I don't know that one quite works. So there's only 2.
There's only 2 slides in the slideshow.
Which I always think is weird. If you're I would prefer this just be, and the second one's not strong. This really should just be the one looking for a gift image. But if you're going to do multiple, and you got to do 3, otherwise it's weird. I don't know what's so weird about 2 slides that flip back and forth.
That never crossed my mind, but all right.
All right, that's clearly a person. I'm triggered by having 2 slides.
I just find the navigation very sparse, where it's like 2020, then apparel, and all apparel is just living under this.
Men, women, youth.
That's it. And then hats, signs, gifts.
Well, what else do you want?
I don't know. Isn't everything gifts? I don't know. I want to see a mega menu. That was another thing I noticed. None of these sites have mega menus.
But they're also very quick. Maybe that's why.
A mega menu doesn't slow you down at all.
All right, you're right.
If it's done right.
Yeah. Okay. They should have a mega menu here. The other thing that's weird is the logo.
The logo looks cheap and terrible.
It's like a campaign sign got uploaded as a logo. That's a misstep.
It's barely readable.
It has a tagline in there that is then barely legible. Yeah, it should just say Trump Pence. It shouldn't be on a transparent background. So it's got to be a ping. But none of this other nonsense. That would really clean that up. And then the navigation text is a little small. After that, there's another call out for the perfect gift, and they got a little fancy with over designing it. It's a ping of a woman that says "Women for Trump," and it overlaps the hero image above it. So it's kind of cool. I'm a little touchy as a designer. I think it's over designed. It's not a big deal. And then on the right, they've got newsletter and zip code, which clearly that's an important thing for them. I probably would have just led with gotten rid of this secondary perfect gift thing and have the second element below the hero image just be newsletter sign up.
Well, and if you scroll down more at the bottom in the footer, they have another email collection down there. And let's think about this. You know, these stores are selling goods, but the goods they're selling are also technically campaign contributions, which comes up later.
Oh,
and
okay.
you will be, campaigns live and die by their email lists.
Yes.
So they want as much email as possible, and they want this good job by Trump here. They're getting the zip code for even extra targeting.
I noticed that. That seems smart.
That's that seems very smart.
But sign up for news on products and special offers. There's no way that's all they're doing with this.
Oh no, that email that you will be emailed fundraisers. You'll be notified when there are events. There have been things where you could win a lunch with Trump. That has later been shown he doesn't actually show up for the lunch when you win it. That was a recent expose I read. But the campaigns need emails. The other thing I noticed, they got quick view turned on.
I did catch that. So as you scroll
down,
it says featured products. And so that's featured. What's featured about it, right? I want something better than that. And because it's a political campaign, I figure all of these headlines should be in some way tied back to the message. Support making America great again more by buying these products. I don't know. Can't extemporaneously do this. And then they've only got 6 featured products. Why not just dump them all out at me? Give me all your in-stock bestsellers right here. I bet this is going to come up a lot.
I know someone who did the exact thing that you wanted, and we will be coming up to them later.
Okay, great.
Look
at this thing. There's the ornament on here. Keep America Great collectible ornament, $60.
$60.
All right. Last year, Julie bought one of these as a white elephant gift in a local store, and there's no way we spent $60 or even half that on an ornament.
Well, and I thought just to keep everything consistent, as we go through each of these sites, we're just going to pick a T-shirt, and the T-shirt will be our comparison item across all the stores. And you will see all of these T-shirts are from $27 to $30, which seems like a lot to me.
Did you see they sell gift wrap paper?
Oh, yeah, wrapping paper.
I think that's smart.
The Trump campaign I feel like it does have the widest array of goods. Everyone else is just hats, shirts, and then stickers.
I feel like there's almost the expectation that they would when the president is the host.
It's all about his entire career is branding.
Yeah, his whole thing is branding. So you would expect this to have the best products. The other thing I like here, and of the 6 featured products, 4 are lifestyle images, and 3 of those are Christmas lifestyle images. So it's so timely. It's very...
it's not just a standard
smart.
product photo. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. 2 of them are just the product on white, and it immediately does not look as nice when you see it next to the lifestyle images and the Christmas images.
All right,
and they have quick view turned on. I don't like that, especially if we're concerned about load time. I wish it didn't have quick view. All right, so what product am I
I would say
picking
let's
here?
go up. Let's go to apparel. We'll go to men, and then I don't know, pick a shirt.
Well, they've got a the first thing in here, again, super timely. Keep America Great ugly Christmas sweater.
$75.
$75. That's more than my wonderful Hoonigan Christmas sweater cost. Let's see what we got here. Please allow 3 to 4 weeks for delivery. Oh my gosh. No gods but shipping. You can't do 3 to 4 weeks fulfillment.
And that is on every product I've clicked on that store. Their
Wow.
their fulfillment times are horrendous.
Okay, not great.
That's not great. That's bad.
No product reviews, but I'd imagine on a political site you can't do it. You're just going to get buried in nonsense.
Yeah, it's all just going to be nonsense. You couldn't do it. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, none of them have product reviews.
All right, well, that's fine. No product video, but a really nice lifestyle shot.
Great lifestyle shot.
It's a guy wearing it, opening gifts, and you can see he's got the box open with the Trump wrapping paper, and there's what's probably a used DeWalt drill in there. But, it looks great.
No
size guide.
No size guide. That's what I was going to say.
And it defaults to a
Defaults
size,
to small. Yep.
and no info on returns or exchanges.
I believe there is no returns and exchanges. I don't know, because that you might fall under. We'll go into it later about the FEC regulations when it comes to this sort of stuff. So
Orders process and here, if I open the shipping and returns pages, it contradicts the please allow 3 to 4 weeks to delivery. It says orders process and deliver within 10 to 14 business days. For delivery within the domestic U.S. only. So,
but that's even their standard. That's even their standard line is it'll process within 2 weeks. Really? I'm buying a shirt and you might ship it in 2 weeks?
well, their best case scenario is a week and a half. If the clothing or apparel you ordered, clothing or apparel as opposed to what? You ordered does not fit correctly, we'll gladly replace it with another size or item of equal value within 14 days of purchase. Simply return it. So they've got a decent return setup here. You don't even have to send in like a request. You just do it. And you return, the address you return it to is the Trump Make America Great Again Committee, care of Ace Specialties.
I must be there
It's,
sourcing people
the
or something.
merchandising guys.
All right. Add to cart.
If you have questions, they have an 800 number.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Add to cart. We add to cart. We're in the cart.
All right, let me add to cart. All right, it redirects me to the cart page.
Which is good. I think this is a really
Oh.
good cart page.
Wow.
So here's what we got going on here.
Yeah, break this down for me because this is nice.
All right. So underneath the items, you have employer information, your occupation, and your employer's name. This is a Federal Election Commission regulation because purchasing these products count as a political donation, which means two things. One, it's illegal to get political donations from people that aren't U.S. citizens. So they can't sell internationally.
Interesting.
So they need to take care of that. Two, if anyone contributes over $200, they have to have their name down, the person's name, their occupation, and their employer's name down. And that's collectively. It's not $200 a throw. So even if you're only spending $75 on a shirt, they have to have your name down just in case that
I make a second order?
you make a second order
Okay.
that's $125 later. So that's another field that needs to be filled out, which I'm sure hurts their conversion rates.
But they do explain it. It says in here, there's an asterisk. It says required by federal law for political contributions.
And I'll note this on the Trump one. They're the only ones that include like retired, student, that sort of stuff. Everyone else just leaves it up to you to fill it out.
Yeah, it's if I can just click a radio button, it makes my life easier. Under the order summary, I can add gift wrapping for $5. Nice touch.
Right in line. Very good.
Yeah. Well, it increases average order value. It really fits in line with this whole gift giving theme they've got going. And then I've got an option, a checkbox for an optional donation. The three missteps in this cart are special instructions field. I just ditch these. This is not helpful. And you know this is just filled with nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's an optional field, so get rid of it. That says total $75 excluding tax and shipping. Okay, so that's actually a subtotal. Just call it a subtotal, then you can get rid of the excluding tax and shipping line, and then checkout, I would rename proceed to checkout.
But that's
all right.
I love that big checkout button. I think
Then you have a
given
giant checkout button.
the moving parts in this cart, I think it's a great cart.
It is very nice. And then when I go, I clicked add gift wrapping, and then I clicked the checkout button. When I got to the cart, the checkout, the cardinal sin that like every Shopify merchant does. It's like 4 out of 5 manage this. They didn't style the checkout.
This checkout is completely unstyled.
This is the default checkout. No font selected, no color selection, but the worst sin of all, no logo.
No logo.
Didn't upload that logo. And I can't actually make my purchase. The $5 gift wrapping it let me add.
Yeah.
They did not have it showed up as sold out, which killed I can't complete the purchase.
Oh my God. You added gift wrapping.
Yeah.
They
for
have
$5.
gift wrapping sold out, so you can't buy anything.
Yeah. Well, hold on. It says some items are no longer available, your cart's been updated. If I click continue, what happens?
Oh,
it just drops. Yeah, okay, then
it.
I end up back at the
But
cart.
still, that's you can't throw up a screen that says you're not allowed to buy.
It's a conversion killer for sure.
Yeah.
Phone number is a required field here. They don't. Weirdly, they want my email, but they don't have me opt in here. The checkbox for like send me info is not here, which that again is probably because no one went and set up the checkout.
Well, and previously in the footer in tiny print at the footer at the bottom, it says, by providing your phone number, you are consenting to receive calls and SMS messages, including auto-dialed and automated calls and texts to that number from Donald Trump.
And they should really include that in the checkout.
That's in the footer of the site, which no one's looking at.
It needs to be in the checkout.
Also, very important that they note that it's you are consenting to receive auto-dialed calls, because auto-dialing cell phones is illegal unless you gain permission for it.
Okay, so we need that double opt-in.
Yeah.
On my auto-dialer calls.
That's the reason polls are having problems, because polls use auto-dialers and then they're not getting enough cell phone sampling.
Shall we move on to Pete for America?
All right, let's move to Pete Buttigieg. I don't
know how to say his name. I'm not even going to try it.
It's Buttigieg, but I like saying Buttigieg, and I know that's wrong.
Do it.
We all say it, Buttigieg, 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 Buttigieg. Some of you don't know the name Buttigieg.
That was fabulous. Thank you. All right,
we
land.
It's like Gucci Gang. We
land on Pete for America store, and clearly they're aware of the issue with the name because everything is around Pete. It just says like Pete 2020, Pete for America. At least above the fold in the store, I don't see his last name anywhere.
Yeah, that's what Boot Edge is.
Oh, yeah, I figured that was a joke about his name.
Yeah.
Didn't he drop out?
No, actually, he just had an Iowa poll that was great. He's in first in Iowa now.
Oh, okay. All right. So, a couple things. My initial impression says Pete 2020. They've got very nice styled logo. This whole thing is like, it's got echoes of the Obama campaign. It really does. The colors.
That's the lane he's kind of taking.
Yeah. All right. So if that's what he wants, it came across.
What was the Trump shipping? Because I see here, Pete.
I don't want to put my address and email in and get spammed to death, so I can't. I can't see what the shipping is.
Yeah, because Pete right on top has free shipping on orders over $60. I would of course prefer it if Pete offered free shipping, just overall. But at least
because I know they're going to gouge me on the prices on these things.
Yeah,
and the missed opportunity. Put shop now. If I click this free shipping thing all day, it does nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I want that to link somewhere. I like that. And the Trump site, I don't know if it did this, but in the upper left on the Pete site, it says PeteForAmerica.com. So even though I'm on the store, it'll take me back to the core brochure site or campaign site. Another site, this one, no drop downs in the menu, no mega menu, new products, apparel, gear, veterans, pride, all products. And the slider, again, weirdly, only 2 slides. And it appears to be for the same damn shirt.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you're right.
Also, then the next thing on it is just featured products. And man, these designs.
And then just random crap. And then you scroll down more and it's like newest products.
The designiest designer designed these.
Oh, yeah. It's much reeks of like, I work for a branding agency and I live in Brooklyn.
This is my dribble portfolio and I live in Brooklyn. 8 years ago.
All right. No quick view. Good job, Pete. Let's click on the Rules of the Road T Black. $27 for a shirt. Come on.
I think I just round up to 29, 30. You leave money on the table with 27 as your price.
Well, do it 30 and give me free shipping.
That's a good point. What did yours default to for the size?
Extra large.
So did mine, but the range is extra small to 3XL. Yeah, mine defaulted to extra large.
That must be the first item in the stack on the item page on the back end.
No, because they wouldn't be in this order then. The dropdown would follow the order in the admin. I don't know why it's doing this.
Maybe they have some sort of shenanigans where they made the highest selling one. They somehow managed to add.
It could be their highest seller.
Yeah.
So they jump to that. Because when you sell apparel online, you often deal with returns not because it doesn't fit, but because the person just defaulted to the wrong size and without thinking ordered.
Yeah, that's a problem we have. For most stores, the default variant is the one that's selected. For a shirt, the default variant, the first one is going to be small or extra small. People see a shirt, they like it, they click add to cart, they never change the size on it. So they end up inadvertently buying a small shirt. And
the solution
that we usually implement is changing it so no default is selected. The add to cart is then like grayed out and unused and disabled. And then once someone actually takes the positive step to select a size, then the add to cart button works again.
Yes. And the Trump site didn't do it. It just defaulted to small.
Yep.
So they're seeing exchanges for smalls.
Yep.
And this site, I believe their workaround is they defaulted to XL in the hope that that's going to fit more people than a small. When really the solution is have it default to select a size, and I can't add to cart unless I do. Let's see. So, let's go to click new products. Let's go to a collection.
Oh, you know what? I clicked on the veterans and military tee, and that defaulted to extra small.
Okay, weird. So maybe you were right.
There's something going on in their setup.
There's no place to sign up for the newsletter on this site. Like, you'd think that would be in the footer, on the homepage. No,
good
don't
point.
Do it. Neither of these sites have had a pop-up so far. No pop-ups. And this site's like actively trying to prevent me from getting more info. All right. The collection, real stripped down. I can't sort.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, when you don't have a ton of products, who cares?
Like, we're not searching for like computer parts. It's not like complex things where you have tons of different options that you need to drill down on. It's a shirt or it's a sticker.
I don't need to compare 10 different truck tires here.
Yeah.
I like the shirt or I don't. Okay. So yeah, the collection page is fine. Buy the book. We move. No quick view.
That's truly what this store is. It's like out of the box, buy the book.
Yeah. It's like, it's hip. Done. That was the branding guideline. It's hip. Go. I like I work at an agency and I live in Brooklyn. That is all 100% the aesthetic here.
Yeah.
All right. So back to a product page, and I'm looking at veterans and military community tee. A few missteps. The size is a drop down with no label. Like,
well, it says size to the left of it.
I want the size as a label on the input, but ideally I want
it bigger. I want it offset.
Yeah, and I want my sizes to be buttons so I can see it at a glance that this goes like from extra small to 3XL. They got the share buttons below the add to cart. Don't like that. No size guide for many of these people. And then weirdly, the product, there's only one photo of the shirt. I need multiple photos. I need lifestyle photo. And then the product description, none of them are great on product descriptions, but this one, it's stuck under the photos, which is atypical. But come on, man, just go to whoever makes the t-shirt blank, ask them for the size guide, put that in the product description. You will save yourself so much hassle on exchanges.
Well, don't even put it on the product description. Put it under the sizes where people are selecting their size.
Yeah, I want that link to size guide. I want it's one of the photos. It's in the product description. This is literally the one key piece of info that everybody needs to decide which size to get.
Yep.
And I would imagine t-shirts are like the big thing for people buy from these campaigns. All right, well, I get my large shirt. I don't want to add a veteran one to cart. I'm not a veteran. There's one that's like a ton of typography.
Yeah.
Rules of the road
Yeah,
tee,
yeah,
which
yeah.
like that's very hipster. So I'll do that in a large. Oh, it's sold out. But offers, email me when this is back in stock. This is the first time I've been able to sign up. Email me when this is back in stock. And this looks like an app. It does
you know
not
why
look
it
like...
defaulted to extra large? Because every size smaller than extra large is sold out.
Okay, we figured it out.
So it was the first available variant.
Gotcha. Okay. Mystery solved. Add to cart. On add to cart sends me to a cart page. So far, this is what both sites have done. Clean, simple cart. And this one has a whole, like, I agree to a statement.
Yeah, we got a whole mess of stuff. And I mean, these are the rules of...
Oh, this is his rules. I gotcha.
Well, these are the general... I mean, well...
No, look at number 7.
I was just going to say, the first 6 are general rules.
Okay.
The 7th one, I am not an executive of a fossil fuel lobby. That's his rule. And, that's a problem. That's kind of a BS thing that, they say... they might say, well, we don't take contributions from oil companies. Well, they can get contributions from people who work at oil companies. If I work at Exxon, I can give money to a politician. And then I don't consider that taking money from the oil company. It's just like a schmo that works there who's like a janitor gave you money. But then the media oftentimes is like, but you did take money from the oil company. It's
because
right
all
here.
of this gets logged and is public.
All of this gets logged in as public.
Okay.
So they search for everyone who works at Exxon that gave them money. Is like, see, this is how much money you took from this oil company. It's like, not really. It's from people that worked there that gave me some money.
All right, I'm filling out. I've checked the I agree statement. It asks for my employer and occupation, and it has a whole explanation. It's in really tiny text.
Also, I want to note here, the I have read the above statements and confirmed they are true and accurate. That if you do that correctly, that's a label for that checkbox. So by checking on the label, it should check the box, but they didn't do it that way. You have to actually check on the tiny little box input.
I did not know that, and I obsess over form design, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what the label is for.
All right, so under my employer, I've written the Unofficial Shopify podcast, and my occupation, I have written podcast host.
Oh, I just put butts.
You put butts?
Yes.
Okay.
Also, I don't like that the way he has it set up. I like the Trump way better, where Trump had it kind of offset from the purchase flow, whereas here, he's just got it jammed. It's like you can't get to the checkout button.
For cart page layout, so far, hands down, the winner is the Trump one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's only been 2.
Well, out of 2. We'll get there. There's a weird input field in here, and then we'll move on. Reference number?
I don't know. I think that's maybe for like bulk purchases. Maybe you get like a deal.
All right, so I'm clicking checkout. And again, they didn't style the damn checkout. What is wrong with these people? This is so easy. It's such a misstep. So then they do phone numbers optional, company is optional, and they have a checkbox. Subscribe to get updates for Pete's campaign and special offers on Pete merchandise. So, okay, great. Fine. They finally collect my email from me as part of the standard, just you placed an order. And then they don't have links to any of the policies in the footer, in the cart, the checkout, but whatever. Any other thoughts on this one before I jump to...
Let's do Yang next.
You want to do Yang?
Yeah. I feel... I have these set up.
2020.
I have these set up. I feel like they're going from worst to best in terms of overall doneness.
All right, I'm on Yang 2020.
So shop.yang2020.
Shop.yang2020.com.
Look at this navigation. Well, first off, you got this header. It's got this giant white space chunk underneath it.
That feels like a mistake. Like
Yeah,
there's something in there.
Look, now, apparel's got a little... So we have our main navigation. Apparels, accessories, buttons, stickers, signs. Donate. You can just give them straight money. You click on apparel. Apparel hovering does nothing.
Yang is using debut theme, the theme that Shopify starts with.
Really?
Yeah.
You figure that you know that?
Well, if you hit view source, they didn't rename the theme, so it's debut.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Free debut thing that comes default with your store. Come on. He's supposed to be the tech guy.
Good point. The drop-down menu, I got to click on it to open it. Again, we don't have a mega menu. Oh my gosh. An exit intent pop-up. Donate to Andrew Yang, $10. These are the first to do a pop-up. It's not the most compelling thing, but at least somebody did it.
At least he did it.
At the top, they have a timely message. Debate week. Every order gets a free Yang Beats Trump bumper sticker combo.
And you'll see later they
They don't
have...
link to it, though.
Well,
I want it.
no, you get a bumper sticker that is auto-added to cart with your purchase. So
Oh.
clearly they are on Shopify Plus and they have scripts running.
Okay.
So that's a good job.
That's a $10 value. That bumper sticker combo. The math hat.
And, so we scroll down and
Wait, they
first...
sell a hat that just says math on it. I don't get it. What am I missing here?
I think it's because, he's smart and uses math. I don't know.
Oh, he's got an edgy shirt. Math, money, marijuana. That's literally all this shirt says.
I see, yeah.
$30. You could tweet it. There's a vintage Yang shirt, like an indie rock star. All right, so far, his merch is the most fun.
Yeah, I'll say that. I didn't but the first products on the homepage is this Yang Gang Essentials, which is like bumper stickers and yard signs. It's like, come on, guy. Sell us some fun stuff.
And they don't use a slider. They just have a hero image. It just says winter merch. It's like the most perfunctory, least compelling thing ever. Literally on a gray background.
Also, if you notice on the top right, they have their cart is like this little floaty guy that's positioned
There's
static.
an app that does that.
Check
They're
this.
running a Shopify app.
I checked this site on the phone, and that thing is just floating there, like in your way on the phone the whole way down.
I forgot what app that is.
It's
It
not.
might be like Ultimate Sales Booster. Or
It's not the
something.
best choice.
All right, let's hit a category page. I'm gonna shop the winter merch. Merch. Is it cool to say merch? My wife and I went to a Weird Al concert, and she's standing in line to get her merch, and a couple comes up to her and says, "Hey, what's this line for?" She said, "It's the merch line." And the guy goes, "Okay," and then the woman turns to her boyfriend or her companion, whatever it goes, "Merch," with some stank on it. So it's not cool to say, like, you can't say merch? Is that not an acceptable word?
Here's what I'm going to say.
Andrew Yang says it is.
Here's what I'm going to say.
I've gone way off track.
The table at a concert
Yes.
where you buy the stuff for the band you're seeing at the concert
Yes.
is canonically the merch table.
Okay, thank you.
Like in the dictionary,
yeah.
the name of that is the merch table.
Yes.
So that is entirely separate about whether or not merch is a cool word.
All right,
that
so these
table's
guys
the
can all
merch
say
table.
merch.
I don't care about that. All I know is Julie was right because she was at a show and that was the merch table.
All right, thank you. We've now established that officially via podcast ruling.
Oops, socks. You love socks.
I do love socks. They go on my feet. So landing on the winter merch collection, they've got a sort by filter, but there's only 4 products, so no need. I would ditch that. I can add to cart right from the collection. This is not a quick view.
Oh, it's
And-
just an add to cart button. Yeah.
So I bet that's an app doing that. This is something I'd want to see Mr. Yang heat map. All right, and see if people use this add to cart button on the collection page.
Talk to them about heat mapping.
Yeah. All right. He's got I genuinely like this. He has a U.S. flag scarf. I own a U.S. flag scarf. This one's nice. It's $50. Let's click that guy. And this is the first one where, they've got, the product description's not amazing, but it says, I like this line they have. It says, the scarf seen across America, now on sale. And then in the photos, they have Andrew Yang wearing the scarf at what is clearly a campaign event. That's great.
See, yeah. That's quite an endorsement.
And then it says made in the USA is the first bullet point. And then to help me make the decision, they tell me what it's made. The other sites weren't doing this, and they give me the dimensions. So this one gets best product listing.
Well, and if you go to like the Yang logo t-shirt, you will see underneath the add to cart button, size chart.
All right, I will go to, you notice they sell unisex t-shirts, not men's t-shirts.
Yeah, it's women's, youth, and unisex.
Which is true. I mean, that is what
Part of the
that is.
liberal agenda trying to erase men.
Paul at ethercycle.com.
No.
Do you want your comments? Send your political opinions. All right, I'm on the Yang logo t-shirt. It says select size is the label, but again, it defaults to small, so they're going to be doing exchanges. Good for them they're also the first one to go to 4XL.
Well, he's big with computer dorks, so they got to go up to 4XL.
Oh my God. Again, send your comments to paul@eCommerce.com.
Well, listen, you want to see? People can see me. I'm only up to 3.
Congratulations. I'm still on 1L, but not. It's getting close. Yeah, he's got a link here that pops open the size chart. Fabulous. And there's even a note in here. The t-shirt is in the process of shifting from a 2-sided print to a 1-sided print photograph. Your shirt may arrive with an additional logo or print on the backside free of charge. All right, I would word that a little better, and I would show all of these really have just like all the shirts just have like one photo of a shirt. Show me the label. Show me the back. Show me the front. Show it on somebody.
If there's nothing on the back, I feel like with a shirt you can get away with just one. I mean, having the
size guide helps.
The size, I think having the lifestyle photo of like someone wearing the shirt is definitely great. Yeah, I think you want at least 2 images.
I just clicked add to cart. You know what these guys are running? Bold product upsell.
Yep, that was I wasn't going to do Yang originally, but then they got bold product upsell.
Bold product upsell, fabulous. And it's like, hey, add this T-shirt, add these stickers. That's great. All right, I'll add the bumper sticker combo. Continue. I go in the cart. All right, the cart is better than Pete's, not as good as Trump's.
But now, do you have the Yang Beats Trump bumper sticker combo? Is that $0?
Yes.
Yeah. See, so that was auto added to your I have that too. I didn't click on that upsell. They just auto added that to my cart.
You're right. It was auto added.
Yeah.
That's nice. And then at the top it says, would you like to make an additional donation? And I pick it and I can add it to cart. So I'll pick $10, add to cart. All right. It worked. Oh, see, this is smart. They say there's a note here. Due to overwhelming demand, some orders may experience longer than normal wait times. Thank you. #Yangang. So, like, Trump's are just like, you might get your order in 3 months. Whereas here, due to overwhelming demand. That's brilliant. And then they try and make it a little fun. Yangang. #Yangang. Their campaign finance law thing, I think this is the best of what we've seen so far.
I mean, yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, I agree. It's just formatted nicely.
Also, click on the words, I agree to the statements below.
Yep, you're right. All right, so employer, there we go. Occupation.
Butts.
All right, fine. I put butts in the occupation. Are you happy? I've clicked checkout. Please be styled. Please. Yeah, they styled the checkout. Finally. Somebody spent 30 seconds to do this right. And put the links to their policies in the footer of the checkout. Oh. And they've got the option to opt in to emails, and it's pre-checked. Okay. Oh. I could sleep now.
We're getting to the good ones now.
Yeah, all right, thank God. Can I move on? What's next?
Yeah, all right. Next, Bernie's next. Store.berniesanders.com for those of you following along at home.
Store.berniesanders.com. Whoa. This also looks like a free Shopify theme. Let me tell you what it is. Yeah, the Shopify theme is called Simple.
What did Bernie do? That's my dream.
The homepage, when you land on this site, is just the darn products.
That's right.
That's it. This is the first. They styled the logo. It says Bernie Campaign Store. Great. Down the left side are my links. It's, with the exception of an FAQ link, it is exclusively shopping. And then the homepage is just a big scrolling list of products. Oh, wow.
I love
it's
it.
Almost like this makes shopping really easy.
Now, to be fair,
I'm guessing these are sorted by best-selling.
To be fair, all of these stores, there's, we always talk about you need to have your story, you need to have your narrative, you need to be the focus of the sales. All of these stores have tons of other places where the stories and the narratives are happening.
Right. All of these are on a subdomain of a larger site. Which really lets you strip the thing down.
No one's going straight to store.bernie.com. They're going to Bernie's site first.
Well, other than me.
Oh, yeah. And then they're clicking through. But maybe it'll work for you.
Okay. I've got... I wish it had a headline. It feels very sparse, but also that seems to be like the campaign branding is very sparse. So let me just click this Bernie shirt.
Now, this is a terrible thing that they've done here.
Oh my, yeah, this size drop down.
Look at this. This size drop down is unstyled, but it looks like
it looks like
what
it
is
defaults to small, and my only option is small.
it looks like variant buttons. It looks like it's buttons, and there's only one button that says small. But once you click on it, you can see it's actually a drop down. But you wouldn't know that unless you clicked on it.
And there's like no description. Union made in the USA, purchases a donation, pre-shrunk 100% cotton. Where's the size guide, Paul?
I don't know.
Where is it?
And then just you may also like.
All right, for sure this one has the worst product page. But I like the purity of the homepage.
The purity of the collection page is so good. But
no.
That drop down is awful.
What happens when you add to cart? Nothing.
The button morphs to view cart or continue shopping.
Just take me, the other 3 all took me to the cart page. This is the first one that felt that was not necessary. All right.
Real bad.
I'm on the cart page. This one looks nice.
This one looks nice. We got our requirements. We got our contribution rules.
And I don't have to actually check to agree.
Yeah, you're just, by clicking checkout, you agree to the contribution rules.
They have, in advance, they have said, your purchase is a contribution, and then below the checkout, it says contribution rules. So the whole thing's implied that it's an agreement. All right, I'm going to put my occupation is... Here they have... All the others led with employer, then occupation. Here they have reversed it.
I don't know.
That's fine.
Note the... Bernie's famous line from the last campaign was that his average donation was $27 because he was a man of the people. So you can automatically just select $27 as your campaign contribution.
Oh, very nice. I wish checkout was proceed to checkout.
Also, shipping and taxes collected at checkout. We don't need that.
Yeah.
People know.
Yeah, just say
they know they're
subtotal.
going to have to pay for taxes.
I understand what subtotal means. And now that I'm in the checkout, standard, it's styled, but does not have me opt in to the newsletter, which is baffling. Like, are they just going to email me anyway? They are, aren't they?
Oh, you know it.
Oh, just have me opt in here. And then at the end, this is the first one that has Shopify Pay Accelerated Checkout turned on. Save this information for next time is at the bottom.
Also note, none of these stores have dynamic checkout buttons. Now, I assume that's because if you
couldn't do it.
You couldn't collect the employer information
that's
the dynamic checkout buttons. So that's just like a major...
Yeah, that's just out.
That's just a major killer for them. They can't do those. So Bernie makes some good choices and some terrible choices, much like all politicians.
Yeah, so far, I think Yang and Trump are the 2 strongest.
All right. Well, get ready to have your mind blown.
I'm going with Trump for the product mix. It's so like Christmas.
That
and
is a good
positioning
product.
as a gift.
Yeah, Bernie's is just standard Bernie stuff.
Yeah.
There's no like special Bernie Christmas collection.
And then I think for overall experience, I'm going with Yang.
All right. Last one. Shop.elizabethwarren.com.
Oh, all right. Like all of them, it loaded quickly. I land on a site. All right, it doesn't use a white background. This hero image is the best of all.
Mm-hmm.
They've made a bold T-shirts that make history. We've got the gear you need to knock doors, make calls, and hold the big Wall Street banks accountable. This is the first site that has done any kind of copywriting.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the first ones that actually made like, I don't know how to put it. It's like part of her political brand is also part of the stuff that they sell. I mean, everyone else is like, they got a slogan and then it's just the slogan.
Yeah. And Yang had socks and a scarf. He was having fun with it.
Yeah. Again, the weird click down drop downs. I hate these.
I know.
Why do they all have these?
Maybe, well, I'm sure they have to worry about accessibility. Maybe that's like
good
part
point.
of a WCAG, the accessibility guidelines. It could be.
Maybe.
I know their like accessibility guidelines are a little funny about like drop downs and flyouts. So that could be it.
That could be it.
They have probably done the best job by far of taxonomy with the menu. T-shirt, like they've led with the product types that sell the best, T-shirt, sweatshirts. Then they've got essentials. All right, I wouldn't go with essentials like bestseller, what's hot, what's new. There's something to make me click
Well,
on
new
it.
arrivals are the first thing on the homepage below the hero.
Okay. And then we've got an accessories drop down, collections, apparel, and that's where they have like t-shirts and sweatshirts, they broke out from there. And then a donate link. All right.
So I know we've been focusing on t-shirts, but let's just to go to your point about copywriting, click on that Billionaire Tears mug, the first thing in new arrivals. They came out with this Billionaire Tears mug last week, and that was their biggest seller. I think they've sold in the 7 figures of just this mug.
Is this info public that we're able to find this, or did they share that?
I think they like PR released it.
Okay.
If you read the product description here,
Oh, there's a whole story that goes with it.
because this,
oh my God.
this was a thing that happened last week. His voice, the former Goldman Sachs executive Leon Cooperman, who as recently as 2017 settled with an SEC on an insider trading charge, was brought to tears on live television while discussing the prospect that President Elizabeth Warren might require him to pay his fair share in taxes. So that happened. The Warren team turned around and the next day released a coffee mug to collect his billionaire tears.
And in the product description, they explain that and then say, savor a warm, slightly salty beverage of your choice in this union-made mug as you contemplate all the good a wealth tax could do, universal childcare, student debt cancellation, universal free college, and more. Made in the USA, union printed, 11 ounces.
So, I mean,
Microwave safe.
that's selling with copywriting.
That is. Yeah. I mean, if this is your audience, they will see that and love it. And it shares that story with everybody who browses the site. It's very good. Every single one of these has those social share buttons on the product pages.
Oh yeah, every single one of these.
I mean, maybe that works for because these are campaigns.
I think it does help. Normally we talk about it. No one wants to tweet that they bought your stupid T-shirt.
It's different.
With these, it might be different because it's very much like a lifestyle. You're making a statement or a lifestyle claim when you purchase or use these products. So you might see increased traction on those.
Now, this one, we don't have a lifestyle image. Again, we just have the single product on white. This mug in particular has a weird issue going on in this theme with the
drop down. Yeah, there's only one color.
Yeah, there's only one color, but it still has a drop down that says color navy, but the cup's not navy. Nothing about the cup is navy. I'm not sure what's going on there.
So anyway, that's just the mug. I just wanted to do that mug to show
the description is really
good. How good the description was. If you go up to T-shirts and then just click on the first one, Warren has a plan for that unisex shirt.
We could see what the best-selling item is by throwing a query string on here.
Oh, that's right. Here, tell them about your little secret.
All right.
So if you
Shopify best-selling query string.
So here to figure out the best-selling
There it is.
item on any Shopify store, go to the domain and then go /collection/all, and then
you add $sort_by equals best-selling. And if you Google Shopify best-selling query string, you get one of my favorite threads of all time. A post from 2016 in which someone's like, I don't want my competitors to be able to view my best-selling products. How do I disable this? You dope. You can see how I feel about that kind of mentality. All right, here we go. Let's sort. Am I in collection/all? Oh, hold on. You know what? I did it. Either it's disabled or it already is sorted by best selling on t-shirts.
Oh, all right.
So I've got an all, and the magnetic bumper sticker 2-pack is their best seller, and Warren has a plan for that. Unisex t-shirt, so the men's t-shirt, is the second best seller. Your mug is number 4.
Yeah.
So rapidly
climbing the charts.
All right, so I'm going to go with the t-shirt.
Yep.
And they've got a link to a size chart. They've got a guy wearing the shirt. Looks like a real nerdlinger.
Yeah, he's a real wiener.
Oh, smart. So yeah, they've done the same thing. The collection describes what's going on, like echoes campaign points. They've got the size chart. Every one of these sites just defaults to the first available size alphabetically. So again, it's defaulting to small, switch it to large. This is the first one. They've got a thing. See the full collection here. And then it takes me to the Warren has a plan for that collection.
Oh, I thought that just took you back to t-shirts. Oh,
No.
That's way better.
Yeah. It's like, all right, if you like this shirt, well, we did that on other stuff. So I'll click add to cart. This is the first time I use a mini cart. I would prefer they just take me to the cart page.
Yeah.
Cart page looks pretty good here. This whole site, though, is white text on a navy background. Not the best for readability, but
it's good for it's good branding.
Yeah, it's the first one to do that. Oh, look at this. So clearly they've run into this issue. There's a note in the cart. We cannot process refunds exchanges due to customer error. Check your cart's contents and enter your initials below to proceed to checkout.
And I think
there's a conversion killer.
I think they could solve that if they just didn't have a default size selected.
Oh, yeah. Craziness. All right. Put my initials in there. My employer is a podcast, and my occupation is host.
All right, and we got a lot of she's got the agreements underneath this checkout button. Note this little thing down here, the first line under the checkout. Elizabeth loves to call grassroots donors to say thank you. By proceeding with checkout, you consent to a political call from Elizabeth with campaign staff recording the conversation, but no recordings will be used by the campaign without your express permission. So Elizabeth Warren, she might call you.
By proceeding with checkout, you confirm that the following statements are true and accurate. And then it's the standard stuff. I'm not an executive of a hedge fund. Oh, this is a much longer one.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm not executive of a big bank.
All right. Not one of these has done labeled the checkout, proceed to checkout, but all right.
I know that's a big hobby horse for you.
It is, because it makes the button bigger and it's accurate. I get to the checkout. Oh my gosh, this is the most styled out of all of them.
We got the logo. We got the
email
colors.
opt-in.
Email opt-in checked. And also, Kurt, what's under the phone?
Under phone, by providing your cell phone number, you consent to receive periodic campaign updates from Warren for President. Text for help, stop to end. This is the only one that is explicitly doing SMS marketing and opting me in the correct, legal, proper way.
Yep.
Excellent.
Excellent.
All right. Okay, is that all of them?
That's all of them that I put down, unless you want to go to Kamala Harris's page for funsies.
No, we've been at this for almost an hour. There's no way they want another one.
So my closing thoughts. One, the Trump cart page is great. Trump is great. He's all about branding. They have a Christmas collection. It's all about Christmas shopping. I think that's good. But I think in terms of overall experience, the Warren site is the best one. Thanks to her. She's got the size guide. She's got lifestyle images. She's got text. She's got content branding. She's getting your permission. She's texting you. She's emailing you. I mean, that is the way to do a store in my mind.
Overall experience, front and back end. I'm going to give it to Warren. With Andrew Yang as a close second.
All right. I
did like what they were doing. But the copywriting on Warren is just phenomenal. And they're doing SMS marketing. But Andrew Yang, he was doing upsells.
He's got upsells. That's what Warren needs to do, some upsells. She needs some exit intent pop-ups. I mean,
Yeah.
She's leaving money on the table.
For sure. I think, you know what? I think maybe all of these politicians could put their differences aside and come together and build one really great marketplace. He said facetiously. There we go.
That's what America is.
Do you have any exciting Thanksgiving plans?
Nope. Nothing. I got to go to my wife's aunt's house, and then I'm going to my parents' house, and
while you're there, I hope you keep up with tradition.
Ah, yes.
And send me a photo of you looking dejected wearing a turkey hat.
Yes, my parents have a comical turkey hat, and annually, every year at Thanksgiving, I look incredibly sad and take a photo of myself wearing the turkey hat that I text to Kurt at a random point on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, it's like when you put clothes on a dog and they're like, all right, well, my life's over now. That's you've mastered that look with this turkey hat.
That's pretty much how I'm feeling at the time I send you that photo.
And it thrills me every time. Exciting stuff. I'm going to Disney World.
Oh, really? Yeah. You need to make your bi-monthly trip to Disney World.
I have not been to Disney World this year.
That's extremely specific. When was the last time you were on Disney property?
October?
What month is it now?
November.
After you go to Disneyland next week, when will be the next time you go to
You mean Disney World?
I'm sorry. I have to go to Disney.
Do I look like a punk? I'm not going to baby Disney World. I'm going to the real thing in Orlando.
After you go to Disney World next week, when is the next time you're going to Disney World?
In January with master marketer Andy Bedell from Key Smart.
So buy monthly trips to Disney World.
Yeah, but then I'm not going again
until like July.
We're doing the Disney cruise in July. Yeah. Though we might switch it up and show up a day. It leaves from Florida, from the Orlando area. We may go a day early and just blasphemy go to Universal.
No. Oh, don't tell anyone about that.
So they got Harry Potter's up in there. They got Jurassic Park with the Raptors. That might be cool.
I'm disappointed.
But everything's all 4D rides, and I get motion sick and blow chunks.
I'm calling Bob Iger.
What? Don't tell him. He's got that new masterclass I gotta watch.
I can't believe they do that shit. There was like the Neil Gaiman one kept getting put in my feed. It's like, how much are they paying these people? Like Bob Iger.
None of those people need money. It's got to be ego. They're like, you're the best at this.
Yeah,
and we promise we won't do any other course on this topic until you're dead.
Yeah, it's pretty much, it's just like, oh, will you Ultra Genius please teach the plebs how to do this thing while we twiddle your balls? Like, that's what it's got to be.
Oh my God. I would have preferred chestnuts. It's Christmas. We'll roast your chestnuts. All right, let's wrap it up there. We went long. I hope Black Friday goes well for everybody. And I want to see the best Black Friday emails that you receive. So screenshot those, share those in our Facebook group. I already have a post scheduled to go live to collect those on Thanksgiving. So as they come in, comment and post them. I will collect them all, format them nicely, and those will get packaged up in next year's holiday email guide. So if you bought that this year, you will get the free update next year with those demo emails as well. So we all gain when we work together. That's my plan here. We're going to collaborate on this together. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Black Friday, the true holiday.